This one time at band camp, I stayed up way too late reading a book. Hey everyone, it's Jonathan from Mr. Pearson Talks Books, and this is What I'm Reading Wednesday. So this week, I am actually trying to finish a book that I've been reading for far too long, and I'm working my way through another book that's on my 50 before 50 list. So first up, we'll start with this one right here. This is David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. I am currently 662 pages into this book. I have been reading it since like May. Not that it's not great. It's a very, I think I've said this in a video before, it's a very domestic novel. It's all about David's everyday life with his wife and his aunt and his friends, and there's not a lot of exciting things that happen in this book. So if you like a domestic story, if you like a everyday story about going to work and coming home and those types of things, this is a great book. I heard that Dickens got paid for every word that he wrote, and that is very obvious. I feel like I'm coming across as saying that I don't like this book. I really do. I'm enjoying it, but it's one of those that I'm enjoying it when I read, but once I put it down, I don't necessarily have the desire or the, that draw to pick it back up again. So there are 662, and in this particular edition, there is about 875 pages, 70, somewhere around that, 882, my apologies. So that leaves me with 220 pages to try to get through. Another book that I'm reading this week is a book that's on my 50 before 50 list. This is a reread for me, but the first time I read it was probably 25 or 30 years ago. And I gotta be honest, it kills me to be able to say that it's been that long since I've read a book. But I just started Firestarter by Stephen King. And this particular book was a book that my father recommended to me that I should read. He found out that I was interested in Stephen King, and this is one that he happened to have read and liked. So my dad, one of the jobs that he had, I think it might have been when I was very young or before I was born, he worked night security at a place that was called Tandem. I don't know exactly what they did, but it was his job to check the visitors that came in and out. And there were long stretches of time where nobody would come in, so he did a lot of reading. And one of the books that he read was Firestarter. And this book, Firestarter, is the story of a guy named Andy who, when he was in college, he needed some money, so he participated in a random experimental drug trial where he was either injected with distilled water or he was distilled with what they were told was a minor hallucinogenic. So he went and participated in that. While he was there, he met a girl named Vicky who was also in the drug trial, and they ended up getting married. Now, the drug trial did not go the way that they were told, and participants who received the drug, not the placebo, began to develop some unique powers, the ability to move things with their mind. His wife, Vicky, she could move physical objects, while Andy could move people. He could convince them to do things. And they end up getting married, and they have a baby whose name is Charlie. And Charlie starts to manifest some very scary abilities. Well, the people who gave them the drug is this mysterious government organization called the Shop. They've been keeping track on them, and now they want to get Charlie to see what she can do for them. And the book picks up right in the middle of the action as Andy and Charlie are on the run from some guys in a green car. I'm about 75 pages into it right now. It is, like I said, it's been probably 30, maybe even longer, since 30 years since I've read this. so it is certainly different than I remember, but very much enjoying it, and we'll go from there. And then one more book that I have that I'm going to try to get to is another Goosebumps. This one is Ghost Beach. If you look at that cover, you can see, man, this thing is crazy. It is about a guy named Jerry who finds a cave at the beach that there's a story of a ghost. And I find that the less I know about Goosebumps going into them, the more I tend to enjoy them. So that's the next up. I'm not necessarily reading the Goosebumps in chronological order anymore, because some of them are on the shelf at the library, some of them aren't. Also, the next one on my list, number 20, was Let's Eat Worms, or Go Eat Worms or something. It just didn't seem to be in the mood for that. But so there you are. Those are the books that I am reading this Wednesday, and we'll be continuing on. I have mentioned in a couple different things, this week is band camp week, so I've been driving back and forth to camp. I'll spend the night there. I'll wake up in the morning, come home, see my family, the ones that are home, and then I drive back. And I'm supposed to say this one time at band camp. So this one time at band camp, I stayed up way too late reading a book. Anyway, so that's what I'm reading this Wednesday. And I'd like to know, as always, what are you reading, or have you read any of the books that I listed, and what were your thoughts on them? Leave those down in the comments, and I'm going to post a link to a video that I just made. I recently crossed the 100 video mark, and so I made a video talking about some of the things that I've learned in making 100 videos. So if you want to check that out, I'll put a link up here. And because I am talking about a Stephen King book, I'm going to put a link to a video I made a few weeks ago about the Stephen King books that I have read. I'll put that up there as well. And as always, my name is Jonathan. This is Mr. Pearson Talks Books, and I'll see you next time.